for onward transmission to the CBI so that necessary steps can be taken along any lines, so that necessary steps can be taken if any valuable inputs or leads are made available in the course of the investigation. Full stop. Then we will say that
addition, if your lordships can consider, many of the concerns of the parents in the father's letter are taken care of, but we will.
What has said?
Yes.
Okay. Full stop. Having perused the letter dated 12 September 2024 of the father of the deceased, at this stage it may be material to note that many of the concerns which have been expressed in the letter form the subject matter of the active investigation which is being pursued by the CBI. However, nonetheless, a copy of the entirety of the communication would be made available to the CBI so that it can follow an appropriate line of investigation as required in the interest of justice. Now we'll
Lords, on this, if we may just briefly state,
during the course of the hearing, the court has been apprised of the fact that that Wikipedia still continues to maintain on its website the name of the deceased and any photograph as well as
only name.
Only the name is there.
The photograph, but the name is there.
The photograph is also there. It's a different sketch, but
as well as a copy of her. That is a portrait in graffiti. It's not a real life photograph.
It's not a photograph. Only the name is.
Yeah, that's only a. It's only an impression. It's not. It says X's portrait in graffiti at Dhaka University.
Yes.
So that I think we need not refer to.
Representing.
It's only an artist's
It's a
impression.
representative.
First page, and another thing, the girl had a specific hairstyle, and this graphic is depicting her everywhere. That's the unfortunate part, but the name is there on the first page.
It's the name which is.
Assign ourselves to the name.
Yes.
But the provisions of Indian law are clear in this respect, full stop. In the interest of maintaining the dignity and privacy of the deceased, it has been clearly the governing principle is that the identity of the deceased in a case involving alleged rape and murder should not be disclosed. Full stop. Wikipedia shall therefore take steps to comply with the previous order and the injunction which has been issued in the present order forthwith.
Please.
Full stop. Now we have covered this. We have taken care of the letter by the father. Now the status report we have dealt with. Now
something very significant that the doctors wanted to place.
Nandi for a minute and then we'll
Sure.
I'm so grateful, my lords. My lords, on the last occasion, the state government had vilified the doctors. For the doctors, my lords, we represent 25,000 doctors
What do you have to say?
in the state of West Bengal.
Just
If I may just.
just.
So, my lords, on the last occasion, my lords, if we may go turn by turn. My lords,
Between the two of you, what's the point in
I'm
arguing
not
between each other?
addressing the court. I just want to make a distinction between senior doctors and
Absolutely
junior doctors. My learned friend is rightly representing the senior doctors who are
Yes.
supporting us. I am representing the junior doctors who have today ceased work.
All right.
So our submissions will be different.
Yes, Ms. Nandi.
my lords, on the last occasion, a number of statements, misleading statements, and I really say this with responsibility, were made by the state of West Bengal. And in that status report, which we were not given, we wrote twice formal letters, and with regard to the doctors, the senior doctors as well as the junior doctors. We have filed an affidavit in this regard, my lords.
So can you
not
summarize
well
what you have to
record.
say? Can you just summarize what you have to say? Tell us, we'll make a note of it.
But my lords, if I may just hand this over because it has some
Summarize
relevant
it.
documents.
Tell us what you have to say.
Number one, my lords, they have said that the state of West Bengal, the medical system is collapsing because of the strikes of the junior doctors. My lords, the senior doctors are working overtime double shifts because their junior doctors are not feeling safe. They have said, for example, in the status report, para 15 of my lord's order, 7C.
So according to you, everything is going on as normal. Nobody is.
My lords,
denying the-
everything, it is true, is not going on as normal. But in 7C, for example, we
So
have said that cardiology treatments such as
So what
stenting and angiography,
the juniors are not on duty. The seniors are trying to fill up the gap to the extent they can.
my lords, for the firstly, they are filling up
So therefore, we
what
ask,
the junior doctors
are
are
you
doing.
in a position to say that, well, everything is as normal as ever?
My lords, we are not saying that, but what we are saying
Is that you are doing your duties as seniors to fill in the breaches caused by the absence of the junior doctors?
and my lords, we have placed on record, and my lords, just make
That's all right. You've made your point. What's the next point?
this, please. The second thing is that there are a number of deaths that they have claimed that they say that they have got from media reports. Now, we were able to glean in the absence of being given the allegations that are being made against us. We were somehow able to glean one case from which, with regard to which we have obtained the clinical reports, and it is a lie. There's no question of it, it is a lie. So, my lords, this demonizing of the doctors has to stop. So, my lords, if my lords will take note of that and ask them to give us any further status reports or allegations that are made against the doctors so that we can respond, we would be grateful.
Mr.
Secondly, my lords, in terms of safety, there is a notification that has been issued by the state of West Bengal to institute Rattire Shathi,
Sorry?
to institute a cadre that they call Rattire Shathi. Now, this Rattire Shathi, my lords, is at page 23 to 28 of these affidavits. If I may just hand it over. Rattire Shathi means
The companion
friend
at
of
night.
the night. Friend of the night, companion at night.
A companion at night to maintain some sort of safety.
Yes. And this is their response, my lords,
Page?
23. So, my lords will look at para 2.
Yeah, if you have got it.
Now, these 1514 number security personnel will be placed in government medical college and hospitals as per breakup attached by outsourcing through agency for a period of 1 year. This is one objection, my lords. But the second objection is at page 24, which is that they get a training of 7 days. So the director, principal, MSVP, all concerned, with a request to verify antecedents of all such hired personnel. A training of 7 days in consultation with the district police authority may be organized for these hired security personnel. Now, my lords, has the state of West Bengal come to this, that when an incident has happened where Sanjoy Roy, the accused, was a civic volunteer, and at night, my lords.
My lord, I wish to
Yes.
fully
you got your
support.
point.
My lords, may I complete my brief submissions and then?
Yes.
My lords, with regard to the other safety mechanisms that my lord had directed, there are budget allocations, but beyond that, there are a few extra CCTV cameras that have been installed, and that is really it. So in terms of the safety and security, us senior doctors are there, but we are being assaulted.
All right, we got your point.
And my lords, lastly, with regard to the financial irregularities, we have been assisting the CBI directly. And even today, given what had fallen from my lords, I had passed to the
Visit ILMS Academy for various courses from contract drafting, RTI, labor law, GST, and more. Get certified to enhance employability.
The solicitor and to the CBI, a standard operating procedure with regard to the post-mortem. It's a memorandum dated 3/1/2020. And we have also given a large number of other documents, if that may be taken into account. And my lords, if my lords will consider, the financial irregularities case, my lords, is intricately connected, I beg your pardon, as I had mentioned earlier. My lords, Dr. Shondeep Ghosh has been arrested now in the rape and murder case. So our concern is that
The investigation into that started a little later, because that aspect started a little later. That the CBI is investigating. They have referred to it in their status report.
exactly. So my lords, because my lords' supervision of the matter has been so salutary, we are really only requesting that the status reports on the next occasion be placed before my lords in sealed cover to strengthen the process.
On the financial irregularities also.
On the financial irregularities also.
Solicitor, you need an order for us? You can give us a status report
We
on
can have no
both.
objection, Manoj. We can.
On the incident of the alleged rape and murder, as well as on the financial irregularities.
Shall be done.
What is-
But we can have no objection.
Yes.
I'm so grateful, my lords. That completes my.
My lord, on the question of these night,
Your lordship said that you, anyway, that's all right.
Now we complete.
Yes, I agree.
Once they complete, we'll come back. So you can give us a comprehensive response.
Yes, yes.
something to say on the order of address. I do believe it's the privilege of the state of West Bengal to be first addressing the court for the reason that a settlement has been reached yesterday night until the early hours of the morning.
That's what I was trying to show.
Not reporting back to work. I request this court, my lord, to invite the state of West Bengal to address you on what is the settlement that has been reached, because it will take care of many of the demands that we have raised. We, the junior doctors, it is an issue, because this court has passed an order directing us to go back to work. We wish to comply with that order, my lord. Now, in relation to that, a certain settlement has been reached. If my learned friend doesn't want to present the settlement, I will present it. I have a copy of it,
We'll
but I
actually
feel
get
it is his privilege.
All right. Mr. Anupam Lal Das, I'll
And
hope you follow up on.
Secondly, my lord, just one small thing in relation to submission that my learned friend, Ms. Nandi made. I fully support her suggestion. I agree that the senior doctors have been greatly supporting the junior doctors, but we have our own point of view, which I will present to you after the state of West Bengal has presented a copy of the settlement to you. Secondly, my lord, in my opinion, that force of 1,514 people requires to be dismantled with immediate effect.
Yes.
They are outside the law. They do not fall. They must be replaced by regular police of the state of West Bengal. They are performing a policing function, and it cannot be performed by people who do not hold the position of police in the state of West Bengal. Therefore, our request is to disband that force of 1,514 people, total number, and replace them in the interest of safety and security with the regular police force of the state of West Bengal. That's our request.
Mr. Anupam Lal Das.
I appear for the senior doctors, Milords, and we just want to place our concerns on record. We, Milords, are all working, we are working overtime. And Milords, as far as we are concerned, all these 20 departments, cases which have been pointed out, in any case were manned by the senior doctors. Junior residents, etc., were not placed there. So, Milords, that is something that I also wanted to place on record.
Yes.
So as far as we are concerned, we are working overtime. There has been absolutely no this thing from our side. That's our.
May I make a
That's
submission?
my.
Amaraz, may I?
May I make a small submission before Mr. Sibal is called upon? I appear for a doctors' organization, thank you, called Doctors for Patients in Calcutta. Our suggestions will give to the task force. There are two issues we'd like to highlight to your lordships. First is pertaining to the investigation itself. Second is pertaining to that policy of 19th August. There are two more clauses, since your lordships already have that before your lordships. I'll start with that.
I mean 13th September.
19th August, the West Bengal policy which has come out, which Ms. Nandi had just read out. If your
About
lordship will just-
13th September.
Please.
No, your lordship, this is 19th of August. If your lordship will have my IA then, 188500.
Miss Nandi, where's your 19th of August in your compilation that IPA is referring to?
Or if your lordship will see my IA, your lordship.
So we'll refer to one eye. It's so much easier
Yeah,
if we have it every.
that is correct. Is 19th August. 19th August, Government of West Bengal, Department of Health and Family Welfare. It's part of that helpers of the night policy.
Is there in our earlier status report?
There in your status report?
Yes,
Previous.
it's in the earliest.
Apparently, it's in the earlier status report of the state of West Bengal.
All right, what is it?
There's a
What is?
30th of
There are-
September policy.
All right.
It's in my affidavit.
Your lordship, there are two problems here with that 19th August circular. It's there in my IA as well as I'm told in the earlier status report of the state of West Bengal.
Ma'am, which page number is it? Because what I have is the 13th of September.
Okay, then maybe
She is appealing for whom? I'm not aware.
the policy, was-
Association of Doctors and Patients in West Bengal.
Doctors and patients.
I'm appearing for Doctors for Patients. It's a trust called Doctors for Patients. So your lordship,
What's your point? Harjeet?
I have 2 points. Number one, in this policy, your lordship said 11, clause 11, subclause 5 and 6, we have a serious problem with. One is working hours of women, including women doctors, should not preferably exceed 12 hours at a time.
Oh, this is-
Second, wherever possible, night duty may be avoided for women to the extent possible. Now, this is the policy of the state of West Bengal, and our doctors have a serious problem with this. And your lordships in
How
multiple
can you say that
cases.
women should not work on night duty?
Exactly,
It's ridiculous.
precisely.
Women
And-
will have an objection if you keep them from working.
Exactly, and to limit us to a 12-hour shift. In fact, many of the junior residents work for 36 hours flat out. Now, this is directly impinging on gender and being employed at all.
Completely right. You need
That
to
is
stick
one.
with the point.
We'd like,
And
and second
Anuj
point,
Garg,
I have a second point, your lordship. I have a second point. Second point pertains to investigation. One is on this policy, your lordship is seized of it. I will leave it at
So
that.
women don't want concessions. They want
Yes.
equal opportunity in
In
terms of
Anuj Garg's-
safety.
In Anuj Garg's case,
Why should we prevent a woman doctor from working in the night?
or 12 hours. Why limited to 12 hours, your lordship? Because
Shakita,
junior
please-
doctors work for 36 hours.
To Anuj.
Now, women will never be
Should be
taken.
for all doctors. 12 hours working time is for all doctors. Don't bifurcate.
Equally,
That-
whatever the shift,
Exactly.
women
Lord.
doctors are
They're-
ready to work in exactly the same conditions
Absolutely.
in
Yes,
terms
yes,
of time.
Exactly.
In Anuj
Well,
Garg,
let's not undermine
Not
them.
even Anuj Garg-
Undermine the lady doctors.
Mr. Sibal, this has to be
There is
correct.
no issue, Malaj. We'll notify it. We were just worried because there is no security in place at the moment.
No, but the
I
answer
want to
it
make
is no.
sure.
Saying this,
The
I'm
answer to it.
I want to make sure, Malaj,
Mr.
that something like.
Sibal, the answer to it is you must ensure security is in place.
I know, Malaj,
You
that's the
can't tell
point.
women that you will not
In-
be
this
working
is-
after.
This is in addition. It says in addition. This is not, this is only temporary. But if your lordship wants, we'll, no issue.
this itself is
the
offensive,
state
your lordship.
says that it cannot
One second,
provide
hold on.
security. The
We are-
center is.
We are at item. If.
In Anuj Garg's case,
No,
your lordship
Anuj Garg
frowned
is-
upon
You're right. We said that, look.
Romantic
just
paternalism.
The law, the provision of the Act, Punjab Excise Act was
Absolutely.
that any establishment which serves liquor
Can't have
will
women
not have a woman. We
employee.
stuck it down.
Of course, you should strike it down, Malaj. There's
But
no issue.
therefore, two things, Mr. Sibal. I think the state of West Bengal must immediately correct its notification. You
in-
cannot say that women will not work more than a 12-hour shift. If men are working more than a 12-hour shift,
They want to.
they are entitled
They
to
want
work
to.
exactly at par with their male counterparts.
We'll issue a notification, but not an issue.
Your duty to provide security. And we can't tell any woman today in our country who's in the workforce that you will not work at night.
Including in
Pilots work at night,
Call
doctors work
centers.
at night,
Call centers
your
and
armed
police
forces.
The armed forces
women-
work.
Women work.
My second point, your lordship. Second point on
I-
investigation itself. Again, it's a suggestion which has come from these doctors for patients. They say that apparently there are many people who possibly have information regarding this incident. And because of fear of retribution, they're not coming out and openly giving this information.
That is our
CBI.
problem also.
Therefore, may I just
Yeah,
finish,
please.
Mr. Mehta?
No, I'm
The question
supporting you.
here is- Oh, thank you. The request here is for an anonymous portal because your lordship, the cyber crimes portal today has an anonymous portal for crimes. Also, this court, in the case of videography of child pornography, specifically said you should permit anonymous complaints and a specific portal should be set up. Our request today is to aid this investigation and to hopefully finally get the culprits. We need an anonymous portal which the CBI will set up because many people don't want to disclose their identity even to CBI. And that is a fact today because of the nature of the matter your lordship has seen. We support no particular side here, but the point is People are scared. So if they can be enabled to give their complaints anonymously. Third is on Wikipedia, which is not part of my IA, but since your lordship said the photo.
Visit ILMS Academy for various courses from contract drafting, RTI, labor law, GST, and more. Get certified to enhance employability.
Is not there.
Yes.
The photo, your lordship, is not there on the Wikipedia website, but after the girl's name is mentioned, there are two footnotes. The first footnote refers to an article which is not an Indian journal, it's outside India, but that article has a photograph. So that footnote is also problematic because I just clicked on it on my phone when this discussion happened, and that takes me to an article.
While editing the order, I'll make sure that we cover that.
It's an external link, reference 1 and
All right,
reference 2.
thank you. Mr. Sibal,
No,
thank
Manoj.
you.
But only one, to respond to Manoj, she is right. We are also facing this difficulty. People are afraid to come forward and speak. Lord, we are ready to have an anonymous platform. The only difficulty in that would be, which is not our difficulty, that there would be several things Lord, sent on that which are completely irrelevant, but we can't help it.
That is item 5 and 6.
But we can assure if
Be just flooded with.
that's the problem, Lord.
Information which, you know.
That this is the theory, this is the theory going on.
This is functioning, they must be.
But I can assure my learned friend, if anybody comes, they would be fully anonymized. We will not disclose their identity to anyone. Yes, my lord.
But despite that, this court is approved of an anonymous portal, despite all the witness protection schemes.
More counterproductive than.
CJI's task force is limited. It's not, it's a relatively a small agency. Now, if we get all kinds of relevant, irrelevant material on an anonymous portal, one officer will be only monitoring nothing else but only that portal. So, look at it.
We understand the
flip side.
problem.
Lord, we can assure if anybody comes, their identity will not be disclosed. It would remain only with the joint director CBI.
You just delete it. That's all.
Despite that, the cybercrimes portal has
It
an.
may be publicized, my
Act
lords,
for
by the CJI,
Pornography of.
the witness protection.
Equally counterproductive, though I have no.
Despite all-
All right, you made your point. Now, Mr. Sibal.
No, Manoj, just as far as items 5 and 6 is concerned, we'll issue a notification to delete it. That's all. So that's not an issue. No, Manoj. No,
Item
Manoj,
5 and 6 of the notification date.
of
19th August 20.
19th August, Manoj, clause 11, subclause 5 and 6 will be deleted by virtue of a notification, Manoj. So
Yes.
that's not an issue. Then your lordship's order, Manoj, 9th of September, your lordships render this order.
Previous order.
Kindly read, Manoj, paragraph 18 with me. In order to, your lordship has that? All my lords have it? No.
We have copies.
We have copies, Manoj, we'll try and give.
Yes.
No. Oh. May I read it, Manoj? In order to create a sense of confidence among the doctors, we also.
We saw that para 18. So what do you have to say on that? Mr.
Yes, so no, Manoj, therefore we called, 5 meetings we called. This is the 5th meeting and we want to tell your lordships what happened. Actually, I wanted to place it earlier, but this is after the 5th meeting, Manoj. Yesterday night on 16th of September at 6:30. At the outset, Manoj, the Chief Minister welcomed all the junior doctors present in the meeting. She expressed heartfelt grief for the deceased victim. She also added, the first demand of the West Bengal Junior Doctor Front is under the jurisdiction of the CBI. The state government would provide all necessary assistance as required for expediting the completion of the inquiry and justice to the deceased. As regards their demands relating to action against Kolkata Police, the CP Kolkata Police and DC North will be transferred. As regards the health manpower, the present DME and DHS will be transferred. Then rupees 100 crores have been sanctioned for hospital infrastructure like CCTV, washroom, etc., which will be formalized in close consultation with the medical fraternity. The composition of the Rogi Kalyan Samiti will be revised to make it more inclusive through inclusion of all stakeholders. The issues regarding safety and security within the hospital and college premises was discussed. The state government proposed that a task force headed by the Chief Secretary and including the Home Secretary, the DG Police, the CP Calcutta, as well as representatives as would be proposed by the junior doctors, will look into related matters. An effective and responsive grievance redressal mechanism would be put in place in the medical infrastructure across hospitals and colleges. Junior doctors were required to join back at the duty, requested to join back at duties. It was jointly resolved to work in close coordination to discuss and resolve all issues faced by the medical fraternity at the level of Chief Secretary. The West Bengal Junior Doctors Front representatives expressed disagreements with regard to no disciplinary action against DC Central and transfer of Health Secretary. As regards ensuring safety and security, it was intimated by them that further discussions regarding specific formulations of the same will be required. It was also proposed that the existing threat culture prevalent in the medical colleges can be removed after further deliberations through specific formulations, democratically elected students' unions and RDAs regarding cease work and ongoing sit-in demonstration at Swasthya Bhavan. Representatives submit that a decision will be arrived at only after further discussion with all the junior doctors. The meeting ended with an appeal from the Chief Minister to the junior doctors to join back to work, ensuring delivery of healthcare services, and they still not done it. And there are 10,000 of them, Malas. There are 3,000 senior doctors, there are 10,000 junior doctors. 75 of the workforce is not going to work. And I must, Malas, appreciate the outreach of the senior.
Further comments.
Come on, please.
I was the one who said we have arrived at a settlement. Mr. Sibal did not initiate this.
Let him at least complete his submission, then you can help. Yes.
So,
No,
Malas,
he can't. I agree with my learned friend, Miller. Doctors can't be demonized like this.
They're making a lot of allegations, my lords. 3,000 senior
I've made
doctors.
no allegations.
It's an
It's a number.
The fact that
allegation.
there are
Ask them what the
10,000 junior doctors and 3,000 senior doctors.
That's correct.
That's all that he has pointed out.
That's all I've said. I've said made no allegation. Now, Malas, all that and senior doctors have been actually doing a lot of hard work. Malas, we appreciate what's happening.
Thank you, but we're not on strike, sir. So
For
this
God's
should really,
sake,
the numbers
shut up.
for the last from the
Why?
media.
No repetition between lawyers, please. Let Mr. Sibal complete.
I'll leave it.
We allowed you to complete now. Let him
Great, I'll leave it.
respond.
So, Malas, this is the state of affairs today, Malas, and she's also publicly said, we won't take any action against you. But if the junior doctors don't go back to work, Malas, what is to be done? And their demands, see their demands.
But
Everything
see, this
that-
is not.
Come on, please do not.
Representing them.
Now, Mr. Sibal, we want to know